Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I finally made it to Niagara Falls for the first time in my life. There's a lot to see here. It's a large park, and I'll be learning all about what's here, as you will, following in my video. So let's go, and I'll show you around. These are some of the main things to see, but I know there are other attractions as well. Here's a good map of the park. All the green areas are the park boundaries, which includes all of Goat Island. They have 6 main points which are identified here. The white lines are streets and the orange lines are pedestrian paths only. And wherever you're staying in town, you can take the bus to these bus stops right at the park. Now here is some pretty mean rapids. Just imagine going over these rapids in a raft. If you've ever done a raft trip, I bet you never experienced rapids that were this long. And here is a shot that is upstream from that bridge you just saw. And this bridge goes over to Goat Island. Here's a shot looking downstream. So those rapids really start as far upstream as I can see there. And let me go back to the downside. Over here they also go as far as I can see. The river veers off to the right there. I think it's amazing how swiftly the water is flowing there. And over on this side as well. I'm walking downstream now. Look how strong those rapids are. And then here we come to American Falls. We're just right beside it at this viewpoint. I'm going to try and get a more direct view of it from over there in a little while. And look at this rainbow right here. And you can see another set of falls over there on the Canadian side. And here are all the buildings of Niagara Falls City on the Canadian side, with this big tower. I am not going over to the Canadian side on this trip. On my next trip, which I'm going to be doing through Canada, then I will see Niagara Falls from the Canadian side. There is the famous Maid of the Mist ship that goes right up to the falls. And that's the port of the Maid of the Mist right there. And look at this, they have this viewing platform that goes way out over the river there to look down at the river. And then over to the left is the Maid of the Mist boat heading back towards the falls here. Here's a different view of it. Here's a ticket booth for the Maid of the Mist boat, and you can see the ticket prices to go on the boat, and it's $1.25 just to go out on that observation deck. If you only want to go out there, then you only have to pay the $1.25, and that's it. Well, I made it out to the end of the observation deck. Paid my $1.25, which gives you a much better view of the American Falls. See how misty it is down there? I think that's why they call these boats the Maid of the Mist. That's the red boat. Your ticket includes a free raincoat. And you can see here, these people in the blue raincoats are waiting for the next boat. This is right below me. That's where they get onto the boat. The boat goes from both sides. This is the U.S. side, and then I think it's the Canadian side that has the red, and the U.S. side that has the blue. I think that's the deal. And here you get a good view of the Horseshoe Falls, as well as you're going to get from the American side. I've been told from the Canadian side you get certainly the best view of the Horseshoe Falls, which is much larger than the American Falls here. And off to the right, there is, I guess it's a natural separation, creating a separate waterfall right there. And you can see a bunch of people out right in the middle between the two falls. Look at all the rocks you can see sticking out below the falls there. And that Maid of the Mist boat goes to both falls. I've decided not to do that. I'm afraid it might ruin my camera with all the water, the mist. Also, I like a more wide viewing point rather than just being right up at it. Now, Canada's got that tower, and I assume there's a restaurant on top of the tower there, which is a big attraction in addition to having a good viewpoint. There's a high-rise casino. And here's the blue American boat coming back from Horseshoe Falls. Here they're just spinning it around. I assume they're doing that on purpose. They just spun it around a couple times here. Very nice viewpoint from out on the observation deck. This is from the very end of the observation deck. There's where they load the boat. And downstream, you can see pretty far downstream underneath the bridge, but the bridge is blocking as far as you can see. On the right side of the river here, you can see the rock canyon walls there. Here you can see the canyon walls just to the left of the waterfalls. And this tower on the Canadian side is another casino. That's an interesting shaped building. One more view downstream, and then I'm taking off to the next place. Goat Island is pretty much just a huge park with lawns and trees and picnic tables, and then you get a different kind of view of the river, which is very close up to the bank. I think the birds prefer the still part of the river. And just to the right here though is some rapids and a little bit of a waterfall here. And look how wide it is. So it's such a wide river, especially here. it seems like. By the way, they have trolleys that go all throughout the park because it's a large park to walk the whole thing. Here's another nice sight. This little stream on Goat Island here. They've got this footbridge going across it. I suspect this little stream contributes to that Bridal Falls. Hard to see through the trees here. And this one looks even better right next to it. Got two sets of small waterfalls here. And here you can see very wide going out to the main falls. It's just a short walking trail here with 3 bridges with these side streams. Then this is the end of the walk. So these 4 views, you can easily, anybody can easily get to on this tiled walkway. So this is at the very end of the trail, the tiled walkway actually. Very nice. I bet he's enjoying his day. Those 2 people just randomly met up with the same kind of dog. How about that? This diagram shows just where I was. There's the first bridge, the second bridge, and the third bridge. It's called the Three Sisters Islands. And the Cave of the Winds is on the island here. If you're interested in seeing that, which I'm not, long line to get into it. There is that observation deck where I just was, and I am now on the other side of the American Falls. And look how close up you can get to it. If you want to walk way down there, you can get very, very close to the water. And also right here, they have the Nikola Tesla monument. The statue shows him reading something here, and people just love to sit on that book or whatever kind of paper it's supposed to be and have their picture taken. It's on a platform, but when I stand next to it here, my head comes up to just about a foot below where his hands are. Just like right about there. And as you can see what it says, the monument is right here for a reason. I think I admire him more than anyone else in history for several reasons. He did what he did not for his own wealth. He did not die a wealthy man. He did it for the good of mankind, as opposed to Thomas Edison, who really did what he did for his wealth. He never got the full credit for what he did. I mean, he invented alternating current 120 volt electricity when Thomas Edison wanted to stick with 12 volt. He was thinking, only for lighting and small appliances, whereas Tesla was thinking about massive uses of electricity for way into the future. Here are the steps going down there, and the smaller falls off to the right is called the Bridal Falls. It's a separate stream here that creates the Bridal Falls as it goes down right there. That's the Bridal Falls. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Oh, the rainbow. And here, just 10 feet away from me, I'm at the far left side of American Falls, where it goes down here. Well, this is the end of my video. Let me know how you liked it. Good day, folks.